Hi guys, Barry here, A&B Hot Rods. I got a little bit of work done today in the shop, and I'll show you what we got. Hold on. Alright, so in one of my other videos, I said I was gonna bring Henry back into the shop. So we got the shop cleaned up enough that I could actually do that. So got it over here. I haven't worked on this since I bought the 55. So that's been, I've had the 55 for 2 years now. So thought I'd give you kind of a rundown on it, because we're going to be switching back and forth between Henry here and the 55. So I'm awful close to, I think next week I'll go ahead and plate the 55, because I took it out and took a drive in it, and it's doing just fine. So I'll actually get to drive it after 2 years of working on it. So this is Henry. I really don't know what it is. I call it a 31 Ford truck. All right, but the only thing I had when I bought this was this cowl section, 2 doors, and if you look right here, the back half of what was a 4-door sedan that I cut down. And I welded all that together and built a truck cab. I did leave, if you notice, on a 31 truck, it doesn't go up quite this high. I did that for headroom inside. So, and it looks pretty cool. So I took these pieces here and the back half of this, and then I bought a top from a Suburban, believe it or not, but they cut it long enough that I was able to do a sun visor, and I thought that looked cool. It's going to all be molded in, and that also makes it look like it's chopped more than it actually is. It's chopped 3.5 inches. If you look at the door right here, that window was way bigger. So I took 3.5 inches out of that, and that's what, according to the internet, Milner's coupe was chopped. So I built my own frame rails. I have the plans here if anybody's interested, but from right here back to my Z-cut, right there, it is identical to a 31 Ford coupe. The rear end is an 8.8 Police Interceptor posi rear end. I had to cut that down. It was too wide. I'd never done that before, so that was an experience. Not hard. Don't fret it if you want to do that. It's way easier than you think it is. I sent my axles out to, which I'm lucky. I live like 10 minutes from Moser Engineering. And I sent my axles out and had those cut down. And they did a fabulous job. So, still got to fill in right here. Haven't done anything there. Like I said, I just kind of quit on it at that point. I'm running Mustang wheels just because that's what I had. Eventually, I'm going to have the really wides in the back and the really skinnies in the front, because that's what I do. I also built my own front suspension here. Not hard to do. Do a little research online and you'll be just fine. Don't worry about it. One thing I did change. Originally, when I was building this, I was using the actual leaf spring front end. And I posted a video where I was doing that. You know, I was really proud of it, and I thought it looked cool, and it was going to be great. And I got a nasty comment on the internet, and they basically told me they would throw it away, it was scrap. So I got to thinking about that, and I was like, okay, so what would be harder? Just run with the leaf spring front end, or go to coilover front end? Well, coilover's a little bit harder. So that's the way I went. I tore everything back apart, cut everything back apart, and I went to a coilover front suspension. And it's a pride thing. You know, it's these guys that get on here and they start talking about this and they start talking about it, they start running you down. Don't pay no attention to those guys. You know, it's the thing about it is, you know, those people never have any videos of what they're building, but they're going to bust you down for what you're building. And that's something, you know, you just got to be an adult about it. You know, Bad Chad builds cars that I don't like. I really don't. But the thing about it is I am a fabricator, and I know how much work it takes to do this kind of stuff. So, you know, even though I don't like what he did with the car, I can still appreciate the labor and the effort that he put into that car. Same way with Dan, DD Speed Shop. You know, he takes some shortcuts. Okay, I get it. You know, we all do. You know, he calls it schmooze or whatever it is. The Canadians call it, but he's just going to schmooze something in. That means he's not doing it 100% politically correct. He's just doing it so he can enjoy the car. And I can appreciate that. So, back here, you know, eventually this will have a flatbed on it with some, I guess you'd call it a stake bed. It was my original intent. This is just some paper board crap that I had, and I threw it over the frame just so I could throw parts on it. So, that's pretty much where we're at right now. I'm gonna, you know, the next thing I'm gonna do, I've got parts in here. I bought parts. I bought door latches and everything that I have not installed yet, as you can see here. Out of all the parts that I had bits and pieces of doors, but they were too wide or too long, however you want to look at it. So I had to cut those down. But I've got everything kind of tacked into place, so I can go ahead and make that work just fine. Same way with that one over there. That's more of an original, I believe. No, I added some sections to that one over there too. So I've got my floor in. Underneath this floor, I have a framework going all the way around and down the middle. Okay, so the floor is totally supported. I don't have my front kick-up panel here yet, but I will. Everything's bolted down. You know, the cab's bolted down to the frame. It's pretty strong. But, yeah, we're going to switch back and forth from the 55 to Henry and just kind of walk them along, you know, a little bit at a time. As I have time. Like I said, I work third shift, so I've been up since yesterday at 2:30 p.m. and went to worked 12 hours. But I wanted to get this in here so I could keep my videos going. If you guys have any questions or anything, or any comments, that's fine. If you've got a negative comment, that's fine. Go ahead and throw it out there. But if you're going to throw a negative comment, you might post some of the stuff that you're doing. You know, that would be interesting to see. So, like I said, the keyboard warriors that nitpick everything that you do, don't pay attention to those people because they never have a video of anything that they ever did. So, there's Lucille looking pretty freaking good, I ain't gonna lie. I drove it the other day, it drove fine, ran perfect. Got my carburetor all done. Still got some more work to do on it, but it's totally drivable right now. So, hey, that's all I got. I'll get back with you. Again, if you guys got comments, you want me to concentrate more on Henry back there than you do the 55, that's fine. I can do that. Just, hey, let me know. Have a good day. Stay safe. We'll talk at you later.